Hillbilly Orchids. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's really a warm one here today. Really, really warm. Plus I'm in here, I'm doing laundry, so that usually makes my grow space warmer. So here we are back with the Phal gigantea. Michael laughed at me. He said, how quickly are you gonna get it out of that moss? And I was like, oh, yesterday. So that's just what I do. That's just what I do. These guys, you know, I mean, I get it that, you know, in certain places that they're in, they need a lot of moisture, and people put them in moss to keep the you know, keep the workload on them down a lot too. And I just can't do moss. I just can't do moss. I keep trying, and I don't know, I just don't seem to have the knack with it. And everybody says, oh, well, yeah, you gotta keep learning, you gotta, you know, figure it out. If your pot feels light, then you water, blah, blah, blah. But see, it just don't dry out. I think my humidity is entirely too high for moss, honestly. So, because I have to, like, I found that if I mix it with oyster shell, like chicken grit, chicken oyster grit, then it helps, because I guess, you know, sort of like having like a little bit of charcoal mixed in the middle of it and whatnot. It's got aeration and air throughout the media, so it dries a little better. I don't know. I'm winging ideas out there to say, you know, maybe this is why, I don't know. But I mean, I have been able to do it that way, but I don't know, it's complicated to me. Like, I just don't do well with moss. I got bark down pat, but moss and me are just not friends. Sorry, we're just not friends. So and I do apologize. You will hear my washer and dryer running in the background. This is why I'm spending my Mother's Day, doing laundry and dishes, and I hope everybody's having a great Mother's Day. I hope all your these are sterilized scissors. I'm just cutting the dead off, the dead roots. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a fantastic Mother's Day. I hope you're visiting with your mom and having a really great time and a wonderful day. Unfortunately, my mother's passed now, so I will have to go to the cemetery and take her flowers and such after my husband gets home. So that will be my day. I'll leave that one. It looks a little questionable, and it's really questionable here in the middle, but it'll probably wind up dying later on anyways. So, but we have lots of several good growing tips. So, and that is basically going to be her moss taken off of her and cleaned up. Now, I would say, from the look of those roots, she's probably, I wish I had a tweener pot. I might have to see if I can find a tweener pot. I'd say she's 4-inch pot size, tweener pot size. I would say that's what I'd like to go with. And of course, my channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store, and everything I'll use will be media from there. So look at that nice new root there, and she's got a nice one coming out there. So hang tight and let me get the stuff together, and I will be right back. This channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store. It is literally your one-stop shop for anything and everything you could possibly need orchid related. And they even sell orchids. Use my name code Hillbilly in the code section for a 12% viewers discount. So go check them out, y'all. Okay, we are back now. I'm at a kind of a funny angle here because we're on my rolly table, as you can see. So I can roll y'all all over the place. I am using 4-inch tweener pot from the Orchid Supply Store. I love these hard plastic pots. And we are using classic bark. It's a small with a little bit of extra small. We're using popcorn, perlite, and charcoal. Now, reason that we're going with a small bark with a little bit of extra small bark in it is because this plant came out of moss. So it's a moisture loving plant, okay? Or it loves moisture, it's used to moisture. All these roots are used to a lot of moisture. So they're not going to get that in my environment, and I could wind up in a case where all these roots will dump. That could happen. That could very well happen. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot her up in this bark, and I'm going to water her more frequently for the next at least month. I might go a couple of months, just till she adjusts, okay? That is what I want to do, is I want to make sure that her new roots adjust to this type of media. And that will help her a little bit, because she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm still getting that moisture even though my media has changed. So yeah, that's my thought and theory here. That's how I usually, anytime I take somebody any Phalaenopsis out of moss, this is how I do it. I get it acclimated into my environment this way, because like I said, they're used to all that moisture. So, you know, sometimes they might need watered a couple times a week for like the next couple months just to adjust, because they are, you know, they're in a whole new environment now. Now I'm also going to add a little bit, just a few pieces of Synthic, just to kind of help keep a little bit there. So yeah, I think that will definitely work. Probably just kind of place it in the middle there before I put it in the pot and get her situated. Yeah, that tweener size, perfect. That'll be nice. I love these tweener pots. Mercy, I can't tell you, they are amazing. And then just fill in around it. Yeah, Michael was like, how soon are you gonna get it out of that moss? I'm like, fast. And then Gloria, she was telling me today, actually on the weekend walk around, she's like, oh, I'm gonna let mine acclimate, and I never do. I mean, some I do. I can't say I never do. I can't honestly say that, and sorry, I'm shaking you. I can't say I do that always. Sometimes I will let a plant acclimate. It just really depends. But you're situated back here how I want it. Like I said, this one will probably wind up flopping over anyways, because that's just what they do. They're really a heavy plant, but they're a slow grower as well. So it'll be quite some time before I ever see her grow. Like Michael said, that ugly leaf will be there for a long time, because they are a slow grower. But I said, well, I'm okay with that too, because you know, I will have to adjust, and a slow adjustment is better than like having a huge plant really fast thrown on you there, you know. So making sure all the little pockets are filled in. You know, it's a little easier to grow a plant big from a baby plant than it was to all of a sudden have this great big huge plant. So yeah, hopefully I can handle that. Slowly she'll get big, and that's what I want. You need a big plant to get it to bloom. Takes them quite some time. So there you go. That's easy peasy. Like I said, and that's a couple little tips that I can give you about taking a phal out of moss. Is water them when they're in bark. After you know, if you put them into bark, water them a couple times a week so that they can readjust to bark. Like I said, we could be looking at a situation where she dumps every single root, and because I can see roots, I can keep an eye on them and I'll know. And if she dumps the roots, then we'll come back and I'll show you what you do then. So there she is, guys. I will give her a drink of water now also, because she's in new media, and basically she's done. That's a repot on my little huge phal gigantea. So with that said, I appreciate all you beautiful, wonderful people stopping by and hanging out with me. And bye for now, y'all. Till we meet again.